Um, Hello, I have somebody who logged in on a phone number, area code 512, ending in 675. What's your name?
Alan Edelman.
Oh, so you're on a video and then your sound is through a phone?
Oh, okay. No, that's what it was. I thought that's what it was telling me to do.
Okay, no, you're good. You're good. Just, we'll just keep it that way. All right.
I can do whatever you need. I can hang up on the phone or I can hang up on the video.
No, let's just keep it that way. That's fine. I know it's
Okay.
your phone, so that's good. All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh-huh.
Can you still hear me?
Yes, I hear you. All right, I've got you checked in. Thank you.
Sorry if it's loud. I'm currently at work.
You're all right. We may need you to mute once we start, but you're fine.
So will this start at 9 a.m.? Do I just need to call back?
Yeah, if you have enough charge on your phone, I would just stay put. You're the first one who signed in, so you'll be the first one seen.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I guess I'll just go ahead and mute myself until 9.
All right, sounds good. Thank you. Hello, somebody just signed in and their name just says Samsung. What's your name? Samsung? Okay, I'm going to send you a message. I need to identify you so I can sign you in, or else you're not going to get signed in and credit for being here.
Sir, I don't know if y'all can hear me or not, but I'm here. Robert Sedler. Jessica, be quiet, please. I need your phone. Can y'all hear me? I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, step on your kid. There you go, step on your kid. Yeah. God, man, what's wrong? Phone.
Samsung, are you there? Can you tell us your name? The person on the Samsung who doesn't have their name on their phone? Okay. I have somebody signed in named Nguyen. I don't have anybody with that last name.
No, yes, ma'am. I'm trying to change my name
What's
back
your
to
name?
mine. Dominic Irizarry.
Okay, I'll change it for you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, Samsung, your name? Okay.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Georgetown Municipal Court. My name is Randy Stump, and I'm the municipal judge for the city of Georgetown. The reason you're here is our 9 o'clock Zoom arraignment docket. in a few minutes. I'm going to read a list of names in alphabetical order. When I get to your name, basically, I need to know, just a second. When I get to your name, basically, I need to ask which option you're going to select. What we're going to do is, obviously, you've gotten a ticket, and that's the reason you're here for these proceedings. And what I'd like to do is to take a few minutes and discuss with you some of the options that you have on that. Please understand a couple of things. Number one, you are live on YouTube. This is a real court. I am a real judge. The consequences here are real. Let me just say, with regard to coming to this arraignment docket, the purpose of it is to give you an opportunity to talk to somebody about your case if you want to. You don't have to, but if you're welcome to if you wish. So let's just start by saying that there are basically 4 options that you have in this court today. The first one being, most of the people that come in here want a chance to know what their options are. And please understand that is not my function, but it is the function of the prosecutor. And we'll have with us in a few minutes, Mr. Lucas Wilson, who's the prosecutor for the city of Georgetown. Now, please understand, Mr. Wilson does not represent you. He represents the people of the state of Texas. And at anything you tell him, if you take your case to trial, he may be able to use it during that trial. But on the other hand, most of the people that talk with him just want to know what they're up against and, you know, what their options are. And at least that allows you to make some type of intelligent decision in terms of which direction you want to go and how much time and money you want to spend on that. So anyway, the first option is Mr. Wilson. The second option is some of you may have a moving traffic violation and may be eligible for the Texas driving safety course. If you are, you'll have to plead guilty or no contest. I will ask that the case needs to be, you need to have received the ticket within the last month and a half or 2 months. But anyway, if you're eligible for the driving safety course and you are willing to plead guilty or no contest, I will allow you to do that for 1 violation. Now, please understand, sometimes somebody will get pulled over and they'll get a ticket for speeding, and they'll get a ticket for expired license plate or expired registration, and they want to do all of it for the driving safety course, and that's not the way it works. So anyway, you can certainly do that for 1, but if you have multiple charges, you really might want to talk to the prosecutor or somebody so that you understand what kind of deal you can get, if any. Third, there are some people that just wish to pay, make arrangements to pay, ask for community service. And if you're doing those kind of things, then you just need to ask to speak to the clerk, and we'll try to set you up on that. A couple of things, please understand, under Texas law, if you are asking for a payment plan and can pay it all within 30 days, typically there's no extra fee charged to that. But if you go the 31st day or beyond in terms of payment, Texas law will add another $15 onto that for each offense that you have. So again, if you're trying to save money, that might help you as well. Also, some of you may be between jobs, may have part-time jobs, full-time student, and are wanting to ask for community service. And once again, if you do, we have to determine first if you qualify for that. But if you do qualify, then we can certainly allow you to do community service at either a governmental nonprofit or a governmental organization like a public library, or a nonprofit organization like Goodwill or places like that. So anyway, if you're interested in community service, you can also ask to speak to the clerk. Finally, some of you may just be interested in taking your case to trial. And believe you me, you have every right to do so, and we will certainly honor that request. But there are a couple of things you need to know. The first of which, today is the day really to talk and see if you can work things out. And if you're not interested in that and you wish to take your case to trial, if you will tell me that up front, you will talk to me. But there are a couple of things you need to understand. The first of which is I'm not going to talk to you about the facts of your case. Please understand that there are different types of trials available, like a judge trial or a jury trial, and I may be participating in one or the other. So that being the case, I'm not really allowed to talk to you about the facts of your case, so I will not do so. But I will talk to you about the procedures and the type of trials involved. Each court is a little different on their jury trials and judge trials in terms of how they do them and what they offer. And I'd like to make sure you know what our court does and what our procedures are so that you know what to expect. Let me also mention though, if you were asking to speak to me and just go ahead and take your case to trial, that also means you're waiving any right to speak to the prosecutor about working something out, doing the driving safety course. So really, I mean, at that point, you're changing tracks, going to a trial track. And with that, basically it's, you either try it or not. And if you want to pay it or try it, that's fine. But anyway, anybody have any questions about any of that? Then let me go ahead and call the docket. I'm not asking you if you want to tell me what your plea is. The choices to plea today are going to be guilty, no contest, or not guilty. And you can tell me up front if you want to, but if you want to reserve that until you talk to the prosecutor or something, you're welcome to do that as well. But it will be important to note that as we go through, and the majority of the people that come through here typically are going to ask to speak to the prosecutor. And what will happen is you'll either be invited or you'll be placed in a private breakout room, which means you will not be on the public YouTube viewing. That it gives you the opportunity to talk privately with the prosecutor about your circumstances. And after that, though, basically we're asking you to come back into this main courtroom, this public setting, and that's where we're going to confirm what your plea is and what the disposition of your case is for today. So some people may want to go ahead and enter a plea now. Some people may want to wait, and that's fine. But the choices are guilty, no contest, or not guilty. The law says if you're undecided or refuse to enter a plea, I will enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. Okay, going down the docket today, Aubriana Agurus. Aubriana, recall.
Yes.
Aubriana, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I can't hear you. Just a second.
Can you hear me now?
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. And yes, ma'am. Would you like to enter a plea? To whom would you wish to speak?
Guilty.
All right. To whom do you wish to speak? Prosecutor?
No, guilty. I'm just going to do a payment plan for their insurance.
Okay. So I'm going to let you go ahead and talk to the clerk, and she'll call you up in just a minute.
Thank you.
Certainly. Justin Baldwin?
Yes, sir. Or yes, Your Honor.
And
I would like to plead nolo contendere. Also request, if possible, deferred adjudication and see if I can take a defensive driving course.
all right, so let me just say this. The way we're going to do that is I'm going to need you to let you talk to the prosecutor because he handles that department.
Okay.
You can certainly talk and explain your circumstances, and he'll.
Okay.
Richard Brown. Mr. Brown, I believe you're muted.
I plead guilty, Judge, but would like to talk to the prosecutor.
Guilty and prosecutor. He'll call you up in just a moment. Alan Edelman. Alan Edelman.
Yes, sir. I'd like to plead no contest and speak with the prosecutor about getting a defensive driving for my ticket.
All right, sir. And let me ask you, does your camera work?
Yeah, it does work.
I saw him earlier.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to let you talk to the prosecutor. Yeah, we just have to say that we can identify you before we can talk to anybody. So anyway.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was on the phone and I was on the video chat, and she just told me to stay on the phone. So
Gotcha. That's fine. So I've got you down as no contest and talk to the prosecutor.
awesome.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Certainly. Orlando Gutierrez.
I gotta tell you about him. He's been in jail since May 2021.
Okay.
And Fred just found out he's now in prison, and his expected release date is May of next year.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and reset him to
June.
reset to June 2022. Dominic Izari.
I plead not guilty and would wish to speak to a prosecutor.
Not guilty and prosecutor. He'll call you up in just a minute. Pauline Law.
President,
Yes, ma'am.
I am going to plead no contest and would like to speak with the prosecutor.
No contest and prosecutor. We'll call you up in just a moment. Antonio Lizardo. Looks like you're muted, sir.
Gotcha. Guilty, and we'll try to do some type of payment plan for my ticket.
All right, sir. I'm going to let you talk to the clerk and she'll call you up here in just a minute.
Thank you.
Michael Nails. Michael Nails.
There's somebody on Samsung I cannot identify. Samsung phone.
The gentleman with the, I believe, an orange shirt that was showed up on the video earlier was trying to talk. It shows up as a Samsung SM on our end.
Yeah, they're not
Michael
responding.
Nails, recall all cases. Jacob Rego.
Yes, Judge.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to do not guilty and speak with the prosecutor, please.
Not guilty and prosecutor. He'll call you up in just a moment.
Thank you.
Certainly. Cherie Robinson. Cherie Robinson. Recall all cases. Do you know anything about Ms. Robinson?
No.
Okay. Robert Sedlor.
Not there.
Robert Sedlor. Recall all cases. Chase Smith. Chase,
Not guilty and like to speak to a prosecutor.
not guilty, prosecutor.
Where is he?
No, sir, not guilty.
Oh,
Not guilty and prosecutor. And let me ask
Yes,
you,
sir.
Chase, does your camera work?
hello.
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay, can you turn it on just so we can identify you, please?
Yes, one sec.
There we go. Great, thank you. I appreciate it. That's not guilty and talk to the prosecutor.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, is there anyone else who's been summoned to the 9 o'clock Zoom docket for Georgetown Municipal Court, Georgetown, Texas, whose name I have not called?
All right.
All right,
Very good. Sounds
the way
fine.
this is going to work, we'll start either moving your particular case to the private chat room and allow you to talk to either the clerk or the prosecutor. Again, let me remind you though, when you.
Sir, I don't know if you can hear me or not, but I'm here.
What is your last name, sir?
Sedler.
All right.
I'm here. My phone's cracked as it's throwing. I can barely get through to y'all. I can kind of hear y'all, but I'm here.
All right, Mr. Sedler, and we have cases for you, sir, and I just need to know your pleas to those cases, guilty, no
Not
contest.
guilty. I got a doctor's note saying I'm disabled. I'm
I think he needs
excused
to
from
talk
all of
to
it.
you, Judge.
You're not guilty? Is that what you said, sir?
Not be around people because I'm crazy.
You're
And I-
supposed to talk to him about his medical.
Okay, so I'll tell you what.
I got the note. I got the note to you the second day, so you got it from Dr. Tarquata from Texas Behavioral. It's
Okay.
all right there in black and white. You'll see it.
Gotcha. All right, sir. I'll tell you what, I'll talk to you here in just a few minutes.
Okay.
Besides Mr. Sedler, ladies and gentlemen, anyone else? All right, folks, as I was going to say, we're going to be either inviting you or sending you to a breakout room. I just want to mention to you, when you finish in that breakout room, please note that at the bottom of your screen, there should be a leave button. If you hit the leave button, it will pop up and give you two choices. Either leave the picture entirely or leave the breakout room. I'm going to ask you to hit the leave the breakout room. And if you will, that will bring you back into this virtual courtroom. That way we can confirm online that what the disposition of your case is today, and then you'll be free to go. Anybody have any other questions before we begin?
Sir, I'm having problems seeing my screen, so bear with me, okay?
All right, Mr.
I'm
Sedler.
gonna do the best I can. I can't see it. So,
I don't have to see you now that I've seen you, Mr. Sedler, as long as you.
yes,
can-
sir.
That's all that counts.
Okay. You got the paperwork, right, sir?
Yes, sir. I'll call you up here in just a few minutes. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So folks, we'll go
I can
ahead.
drive up there if you want me, if you want to come, want me to come up there.
No, sir, I think being right there on the phone's fine, and I'll talk to you here in just a minute.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for your time. We'll start calling you here in just a few minutes.
Yes, sir. Sorry about that. Grab 14 gun. God. What's my appointment? Jeez. Oh, what's wrong with you?
Hello? Is the court clerk available? Hello, hello?
Mr. Edelman, is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we moved you, I guess we moved you successfully, so hang tight and then we'll let you go, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Can you hear me now?
Miss Howard, we've got you signed in for 10 a.m. The first one, all these other people are still here for the 9 a.m., okay?
Okay.
Ma'am? Oh, okay, sorry.
Mr. Edelman?
Yeah, this is him.
Yeah, Mr. Edelman. So what I'm going to do, you'd indicated you're pleading no contest to the offense of speeding. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. So what we're going to do is we're going to reset you. Do we have a reset date, Angelica?
Yeah, let's see. January 25th at 10:30. And it's live, but he shouldn't be coming back.
All right. So what we're going to do, sir, is we're going to go ahead and reset your case to January 25th, 2023 at 10:30. That's going to be live. But just so you know, in the interest of justice, I'm going to allow in the meantime for you to provide us with the information and pay the, what is it, 140?
Yes, 144.
$144.
If you do all that prior to, let's say, prior to January 20th, then I'm not going to require you to have to appear at that proceeding. Because what happens is
Okay.
if you go ahead and turn in all the stuff, then basically you'll have 90 days which to take and complete the 6-hour state approved course and get us a 3A copy of your driving record. So anyway, we're just giving you this reset in case you don't do that, then you need to reappear.
Okay. So with the after you said after I finish the course, I have to get a copy of what?
The clerks will tell you what the requirements are, but state law says if you're doing the driving safety course that you also have to provide to the court, go online to DPS and get what's called a 3A. A is an alphabet, 3A driving record. And the purpose on that simply is you will see when you get one that there's a block in it that says whether or not you're eligible for the driving safety course. And if you are, then you're fine. But if you're not, you're basically taking the course in vain because we can't use that to dismiss the case for you.
Yes, sir. No, they had told me that that I was good, that I was eligible to take the course, or that's what the prosecutor had told me.
Yeah, and I can't tell you, I don't know anything about that, but what I can say is state law requires that you have to provide that to us. And just so you know, most people will try to do that right at the beginning of the 90-day period, just to make sure that they're eligible. Because if something pops up in the meantime that says you're not, again, I just don't want you to have to take a 6-hour course in vain.
Well,
Yes, sir. No, I understand. So
the clerk will tell you all about that once you get all this stuff in. But I'm just saying that's the two things that are required during the 90 days. And if you do all that, you give a certificate with your name on it, says Georgetown Municipal Court. It's a 6-hour state approved course, and you get us a 3A driving record that shows you're eligible, then you're fine.
okay, so how do I get the 3A driving record again? I apologize.
I'm going to let you talk to the clerk about that, but you can when you're corresponding with them and giving the information, whether in person or over the phone. You can ask.
Okay, so when I go up there and I give them all my information, she can let me know how to get a hold of it.
Yeah, you can go to DPS. You can go online to DPS, and with a credit card, I think it's like $12 and usually takes 20 or 30 minutes to get.
Okay, or they can give it to, or I can get it, get the information from her there as well.
Yeah, she may be able to give you the link if that's what you're looking for. But yeah, it's the DPS online.
The DPS website.
Yes, sir. Department.
Okay.
All right, sir. Any other questions?
No, sir. Thank you so much for your
You're
time
welcome.
today. I really appreciate it.
All right, sir. With that, you're free to go. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Is the payer of the bond, so he will get it refunded to him.
Okay, Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can.
All right, Mr. Brown, my understanding is that you've been charged with public intoxication and you pled guilty to that. You've talked to the prosecutor. And what I'm going to do, sir, is I'm going to give you jail time credit in full, which means that you don't have to pay anything else. Most of us have learned in doing that, that's basically what it takes not to reoffend. So what I'll also order is that the cash bond be refunded. Was that to you or to a third party?
It was to me, Your Honor.
All right, sir. Any other questions?
No, sir, I appreciate and your time, everything, and you'll never see me again.
All right. Thank
All right,
you.
thank
Thanks,
you,
you're
sir.
free to go. Mr. Smith?
Yes, Judge.
All right, Mr. Smith, my understanding is you've been charged with failure to control speed.
Yes, sir.
I talked to the prosecutor and I believe he's offered you to do the driving safety course. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
But that's going to require you to change your plea to guilty or no contest. Is that what you want to do?
No contest.
All right, sir. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to reset your case to January 25th, 2023 at 10 o'clock a.m. However, in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and allow you to see if you can sign up and do all the things you talked to the clerk about to sign up for the DSC. If you do all of those prior to, let's say, January 20th, then I'm not going to require you to have to reappear on January 25th, which would be a live proceeding.
Okay.
All right, sir. Any other questions?
No, sir.
All right, so with that, you're free to go.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Brianna?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. All right, so I just need to confirm with you, are you pleading guilty or no contest to the no insurance?
I'm doing a payment plan, so I'm
Yes,
not
ma'am.
sure.
But that requires your plea of either guilty or no contest, so it doesn't make a difference to me. I just needed to know if you had a preference,
I'm gonna go with no contents.
okay? So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna accept your plea of no contest. I'm gonna find you guilty. And you'd indicated you wanted to do a payment plan, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so the total of that's going to be $346, where you're paying $150 per month beginning January 14th of 2023. And basically, you've got two more payments after that. The next one will be 150, and the last one then will be 46, and you'll be paid in full on this.
Yes.
That's your understanding?
Yes.
Okay, then I have signed the court order, which states that, and we'll get that to you. Any other questions?
No.
All righty. Well, thank you so much. With that, you're free to go.
All right. Thank you.
Well,
or make a payment plan for it?
All right, Ms. Law.
Okay, and with the.
I had to unmute myself. Apologies.
Not a problem. Ms. Law, it's my understanding you've got a stop sign violation. You have pled no contest. And what we're going to do is we're going to reset you to January 25th at 10:30 a.m. But basically, as long as you sign up and do all the things you're supposed to for the DSC prior to January 20th, then you don't have to reappear. And what I mean by that is you don't have to complete the driving safety course and get the 3A driving record by January 20th. You just have to get the money in and your driver's license and proof of insurance and sign the affidavit. That then gives you the 90 days within which to complete the required approved 6-hour driving safety course and get a 3A driving record from DPS. Any questions about that, ma'am?
No, sir.
All right, with that, you're free to go.
Thank you. Have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Mr. Baldwin?
Okay.
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Baldwin, it's my understanding that you're pleading no contest to the offense of striking a fixture, structure, or landscaping. And did I understand that you're just going to pay it today?
Yes, Judge.
All right, sir. So I'm going to accept your plea. I'm going to find you guilty. And I believe the fine amount is, and fine and cost is $285. Did you talk to the clerk about what to do about the payment part?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions, sir?
No, sir.
All right, so with that, you're free to go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Dominic.
Yes, sir.
Dominic, it's my understanding you're pleading not guilty to the DOC abusive language. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and reset you to February 22nd, 2023 at 1:30 p.m. That's a Zoom docket. And in the meantime, if you decide you just want to pay it, you can stop by here and make arrangements to pay it, or just go ahead and pay it at that time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Mr. Lizardo?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And Mr. Lizardo, my understanding is you have a speeding offense and you had pled guilty to that, sir. Did I understand you just wanted to go ahead and do a payment plan, take care of that?
Yes, sir. Correct.
All right, sir. So I'm going to accept your plea. I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to assess fine and punishment of $302. I believe they're going to add, if it's over 30 days, they're going to add another $15 to that. Is that correct? Anyway, so we'll go ahead and I will approve that payment plan and we'll send it to you. Any other questions, sir?
Not at all. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Appreciate your time. That's free to go.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hi there, I see somebody with iPhone on camera. What is your name? Let's take you off mute. What's your name?
My name is Jeff. I'm here for Kenny Stubbs.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
So, if you have been eligible at 69, right?
Miss Jeff, you're here for Edward Barrera, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Georgetown Municipal Court. My name is Randy Stump, and I'm the municipal judge for the city of Georgetown. This is the 10 o'clock Zoom arraignment docket proceeding for Georgetown Municipal Court in Georgetown, Texas. You are live on YouTube. Welcome to Georgetown. The reason you received your citation today is because you got a ticket in our city. We do want to make sure that number one, you understand what you've been charged with, and number two, that you understand what's available today. Let me just say, in a few minutes, I'm going to go through a list of names in alphabetical order. And when I do, I'm going to ask you what your plea is to each of the charges. And secondly, to whom you wish to speak about your case. And basically, the short version about whom to speak is that most of the people wish to speak to the prosecutor in our court, Mr. Lucas Wilson. Please understand, if you ask to speak to Mr. Wilson, he does not represent you. He represents the people of the state of Texas. Further, any information you share with him may be used against you in a subsequent proceeding. On the other hand, please also understand that his function is different from mine in this court. He's the deal maker and can tell you what options he sees in your case. You don't have to talk to him if you don't want to, but if you like to, most people do. because they really want to kind of understand what they're up against before they make any decisions. But anyway, if you want to speak to Mr. Wilson, just tell me you want to speak to the prosecutor. Secondly, if you have a moving traffic violation that you've received within the last 60 days, and you're eligible for the driving safety course in Texas for the dismissal of a citation, I will allow you to do that. But a couple of things, number one of which you do need to plead guilty or no contest. Number two, you have to be in the category of persons that would be eligible to take the driving safety course. And what I'll let you do is just to speak to the clerk about the driving safety course, and she can go through that with you. Third, some people may just want to make payment arrangements to either pay it today or pay it over a period of time. Some people may be between jobs, full-time student, or lost a job, and are interested in asking for community service. And if you're interested in any of those, I just need you to get to plead guilty or no contest and ask to speak to the clerk, and we will talk to you about those items as well. Last but not least, some people just want to take their case to trial. You have every right to do so, plead not guilty and go to trial. But the consequences of doing that today, because today really is the, how do I say, the negotiation day. It gives you an opportunity to talk to somebody about your case and see if you can resolve it in one sitting. You may not be able to. But if you're not interested in that and you want to plead not guilty and have a trial, please understand you are waiving those rights. So the availability of doing the driving safety course or talking to the prosecutor about some type of plea bargain, those are going to be off the table. So if you want to talk to somebody, today's the day to do it, and chances are the prosecutor is it. But if you do want to take your case to trial, then you will be speaking to me. I do want to tell you, sometimes people will want to shorten things and just want to tell their stuff to the judge. That's not the way it works here. Basically, if you're setting your case for trial, we'll talk about procedural matters about resetting your case, but we will not talk about the facts of your case. Each court is a little different in how they do jury trials and judge trials, and that's what we'll talk about and what you can expect in your case. Anybody have any questions then before I call the docket? Edward Barrera. Edward Barrera.
Attorney Payal is on there.
Judge, I'm here for Mr. Barrera, and I would like to speak with Mr. Wilson.
Gotcha. And counsel, you haven't spoken with him yet?
I've spoken with him previously, but not this morning.
Not today. Gotcha. He'll call you up here in just a minute.
Thank you.
Certainly. DeGene Davis.
Yes, well, I would like to speak to the prosecutor.
All right, sir. Do you wish to enter a plea? Guilty, no contest, not guilty? Do you wish to enter a plea, Mr. Davis? Guilty, no contest, or not guilty?
I guess no contest.
No contest to the prosecutor. He'll call you up here in just a moment.
Thank you.
And Mr. Davis, that's on your other charge too. Is that correct? No contest?
Yes.
All right, sir. He'll talk to you about both today. Brandy
Thank
Delaney.
Judge, this is Kelly McMahon. I'm here on that case, and I'd like to speak to the prosecutor.
Gotcha. So not guilty and talk to the prosecutor?
Yes, please.
Gotcha. Thank you. Darren Gomez. Darren.
I think one of them is the car.
I don't
know if Fred left, but one of them, a couple of them are cars.
It is a car. It's an obstructed view.
Maybe. Okay. I don't know which one they have there.
Okay. All right. Olivia, excuse me, Jose Gutierrez Oliva. Jose Gutierrez Oliva. Recall all cases. Aurora Howard.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to speak to the prosecutor.
Okay. You wish to enter a plea? Guilty, no contest, or not guilty?
No contest.
No contest. And prosecutor, he'll call you up in just a moment.
Thank you.
Certainly. Judith Huff. That's Mr. Martin, right?
Yeah, Judith Huff is resetting to February 22nd at 1:30.
All right, so that's a not guilty plea on Ms. Huff and a reset to February 22nd to 23 at 1:30, and that's a Zoom docket. Got it.
One second, Judge. Let me just confirm that's not a, I don't have an issue with that date.
All right, sir. And that's June. That's February 22nd at 1:30 PM.
Actually, I'm in court at 1:30 on that day in county court. Actually, that's district court. I'm in the 368 district court at that time.
All right. Are you looking for the next Zoom date?
No,
That would be,
yeah,
that would,
um,
yes, please.
I mean, he can,
You want to just
he
set,
can log, see if he can log in, and if not, we'll reset him.
he's on district court deal. So I'm assuming that's live at district court, so you'll be in
It
person.
is, Judge. Yes.
He's not going to be able to do Zoom on that if he's live on district court.
All right.
What's the next Zoom after that one?
April 26th at 10 a.m.
That's April 26th at 10 a.m.
That's perfect. That's for Judith Huff, correct?
That's going to be,
Probably gonna be for all of them.
that's probably going to be for everybody.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay, so that's February 26th at 10 a.m. and that's via Zoom.
Okay.
All right. And let me ask you, which other ones do you have, Mr. Martin?
I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. I'm putting this in my calendar.
Sure.
Got Darren Mitchell.
Yeah. Darren Mitchell, is he the next one?
Yes, that's one.
Okay.
Aurora was here for. No, she's been waiting here since 9:30.
There it is.
Wayne was the first time. Okay, so just one partial today. Okay. All right, we got maybe another one coming.
He must be out and about. I don't see what
Okay, so on Jaron Mitchell, we've got the same reset to April 26, 23 at 10 a.m.
Okay.
And then Lori Smith,
Yes, Judge.
that's the same as well, 10 a.m. on 4/26/23. And
I think that's it. He was also here for Victorino.
yeah, Victorino is the one I was going to ask for.
But
Yes. Victorino, I submitted a change of plea letter, so I'm not sure why he hasn't taken care of that yet.
Yes, sir. And I was going to say, you're saying in
down.
the background that he just needs to make a payment and can't, we're going to do a payment plan, but if he can, he needs to go ahead and do it. How quickly do you think you can get him to pay?
I'll reach out to him and see what the deal is. If we could do, I guess maybe a 30-day for him. Down.
Okay.
Clovis Martin make a payment plan for him?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to pay his fees. I'm sorry.
Okay. What's the
Maybe Lucas Wilson would pay them for him, out of the goodness of his heart.
He thinks I said, will he pay it for him? We just need to make a payment plan.
Yeah, she was just asking if you could sign a payment plan on his behalf, is what she was.
Oh, well, I would have to actually talk to him first. I can't just do that.
What's the date? He wants a 30-day reset on that one.
The April 26th date.
Okay, so I guess that's going to be April 26, 2023 at 10 a.m. as well.
Yeah, well, I'll reach out to him. He should have it paid by then if he's going to pay it. That's plenty of time.
All right, sir. With that, you're free to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. All right, and Sharzad I'm not sure I can pronounce your last name.
The next one is that Penny Stubbs attorney.
But the last name is Javadzadeh.
I don't think that's here. They're not here, Judge.
Okay, we're gonna recall all cases. And let's see. And Mr. Swain, have you already talked to the prosecutor?
I've talked to the prosecutor about Ms. Liu. We have an offer on that case for Ms. Cohn. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just saying for Ms. Cohn, I just need to, I believe, speak with the clerk about confirming a payment plan.
Okay. All right, then I'll have you talk to her. So that's, sir, you changed it from not guilty to no contest, or what are you doing on that one? What?
On Cohn, yes. Yeah.
No contest?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, talk to the clerk and we'll get you set up.
Thank you.
Okay, and then on Lou, you said you needed what now?
So prosecutor made an offer on that case. I just need to transmit that to my client.
And is that, would the February date work for you? Let's see, what's the
February 22nd.
February 22nd?
Yes, that should be fine.
February 22nd, 23, and that's at what time?
1:30.
1:30 p.m. All right, sir. So we're going to reset you on a not guilty plea to February 22nd, 2023 at 1:30 p.m.
Okay.
That's all yours, sir?
Yes, Judge.
All right. So the clerk will call you up here in just a second on the other case.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Raja Babu Madi.
Yes, Judge.
Yes, sir. And I need from you, sir, guilty, no contest, or not guilty, and to whom you wish to speak.
No contest, but I want to take a defensive course. So.
Okay. You want to do the driving safety course?
Yeah.
All right, sir. I'm going to let you talk to the clerk about that. She'll call you up here in just a moment. Alexander Martin.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Mr. Martin, need a plea from you and to whom you wish to speak.
No contest, but I can speak to you.
I can. Do you want the driving safety course? What did you want?
I thought I wasn't eligible for the driving safety course because it was like 25 over.
You may want to speak to the prosecutor and see what you can work out on your options.
Okay, then I'll do that.
All right, sir. I'm not really in the deal making business, and that's if you want to talk to him about that, that'd be fine.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes.
All right, sir. And let's see. Graciela Salvatore Seeley. Is that another one of our obstruction cases that maybe somebody's out front getting there?
Oh, Sealy, yeah, it's it's good.
Okay.
The next attorney is
Stubbs.
Kelly McMahon.
How about Kenny Stubbs?
That one's.
Counsel, you here?
I am.
All right, sir.
Mr. Wilson said he's just going to reset us for 30 days so that we can sort out some discovery issues.
I understand. And what's the next available date?
February 22nd at 1:30.
Would February 22nd, 2023 at 1:30 work for you, sir?
That works. Is that in person?
I'm sorry?
Is that in person or Zoom?
Zoom. Would you prefer in person?
Zoom's fine.
All right, sir. Not a problem. We'll see you then. Thank you. We thought you were pretty. All right. We talked about Victorino. I guess that's it. Is there anybody else? Ms. McMahon needed to speak to Lucas.
Yeah, McMahon. That one is Brandy Delaney.
Okay. And you haven't spoken with Ms. McMahon yet, have you?
I have not.
Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, is there anyone else just trying to make sure we've got everybody. Is anybody else here either in person or representing someone, or is here on their case that's been summoned here? Anybody else at the 10 o'clock dock at Georgetown Municipal Court? All right, folks, what's going to happen? Some of you have already been talking to the prosecutor. Some of you still need to, either the prosecutor or clerk, and they'll call you up here in just a moment. I do want to mention to you, right now you're in a virtual courtroom on Zoom. What will happen, typically they will move you into a private breakout room, which gives you the opportunity to talk privately with somebody about the circumstances of your case. I do want to tell you, when you're finished talking though, it's important to note that on your screen, there should be a leave button. And if you would please, when you're finished talking that private breakout room, if you hit the leave button, it will pop up either leave the breakout room or leave the proceeding. I need you to leave the breakout room. The reason is that's going to bring you back here to the virtual courtroom. Before you leave today, we just need to have an announcement of what the plea is and what the disposition of your case is for today. Maybe a reset, maybe a dismissal, maybe a plea. But the idea is we need that on record here online before you can leave. Anybody have any other questions? Folks, thank you for your time today. We'll be calling the rest of you up here in just a few minutes. Thank you.
And she can either make them online or call us or and pay them like that, okay?
Ms. McMahon,
Yes.
Yes, Judge.
on the Delaney case, my understanding is you're pleading not guilty on her behalf. Is that correct?
All right.
Yes.
We're going to reset you to April 26, 2023 at 10 a.m.
Okay.
And the clerk tells me, though, that if your client can get her Texas driver's license prior to that time, as long as she does everything to sign up for the DSC, she doesn't have to wait. And that way she doesn't have to reappear.
Okay.
Okay. So, but it is a speeding in a school zone. So that's going to mean it's the 169 or 169 instead of the 144.
Okay.
Plus the driver's license, insurance, and the certificate that she hasn't taken it within the last year for the dismissal of the ticket.
Got it. Okay. So as soon as I hear that she gets her DL, I will work it out with the court, getting that signed up. But the April 26th date, just in case it comes to that, that's a Zoom or in person?
It is. That is.
Zoom. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. That's you're free to go.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Ms. Payal?
Judge, we do
Yes,
have
ma'am.
an offer from the prosecutor and we'll be changing our plea. And we just need a short reset so that we can change the plea and my client can begin deferred disposition. Judge, I'm not too sure, can he plead no contest or is he required to plead guilty?
Well, if you're going to do a deferred, then whether now or then, you're going to need to change the plea, but you're welcome to plead not guilty until that time if you wish.
Okay, thank you.
So what we're going to do is we're going to reset both of Mr. Barrera's cases to February 22nd, 2023 at 1:30 p.m. and that is a Zoom docket.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Swain.
Okay.
On Ms. Cohen's cases, my understanding she has 4 cases. Correct?
You can't file a verified notice. Sorry, I'm just trying to walk away from some chatter.
Not a problem. My understanding is on the Cohen cases, she has 4 cases.
Yes.
And on the displaying fictitious or alter obscure plates, she's pleading no contest.
Yes.
I'm going to accept the plea, find her guilty and assess the fine and costs. Let's see. Basically, that's $361 plus an additional $15 fee on that. And I've got her paying $100 a month beginning January 14th and every month until paid in full.
Yes, Judge.
In the other case, she's also pleading out on the failure to appear.
Correct.
And I'm going to accept the plea on that one, the no contest, found her guilty. That's going to be $495 plus another $15 for the payment plan. And that's on the same payment plan at $100 a month.
Yes, Judge.
The other two, the DWLI and the VTPA, we're going to go ahead. I'll have her down as a no, not guilty and reset those for 9 months, which is basically the end of the payment plan.
Correct. Yes, Judge.
All right, sir. Any questions about that?
No, Your Honor.
All right, sir. I've signed the payment plan. We'll email you a copy of it if that's ready to roll.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Ms. Howard, Mr. Murray?
Mr. Martin on there still?
I don't see Mr.
Yes.
and Mr. Martin.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All three of you here? All right. So basically, all three of you are doing the driving safety course.
Yes.
But I just want to speak to you as a group. So what we're going to do is that we're going to go ahead and say that you're reset to January 25th, 2023 at 10:30 a.m. And what that means is I'm going to let you go ahead and sign up in the meantime for the driving safety course through our court, which means you've got to pay the whatever the fee is. It's either 144 for everything except speeding in a school zone, and that's 169. You got to show us your driver's license, Texas driver's license, proof of insurance. And also there'll be a certificate that you signed that says that you haven't taken and completed the driving safety course for the dismissal of the ticket within the last year. If you can do all those things and get them done prior to January 20th, then I'm not going to require you to have to reappear. Okay. So basically I'm giving you this reappearance date in case you don't do it. And if you don't, then you do have to reappear in person. Okay. Anybody got any questions about that?
Judge, the timing is 10:30 a.m. on January 25th.
January 25th, 2023 at 10:30 a.m. And that's not a Zoom.
Okay.
That's
normal.
That's just a normal in person. It's not Zoom. But the issue is if you do all this, if you get signed up, you pay the money, you provide the driver's license and insurance, and you the certificate on or prior to January 20th, then you don't have to reappear.
Okay.
That's just in the event you don't do it. Okay.
January 20th, correct? 20th?
Yeah, I'm asking that you do that by the 20th, but the actual date of the hearing is January 25th.
Okay.
Problem is, it takes us a couple of days to do dockets and other things too, and I'm just trying to get you, if you do all that, then we don't have to put your name on the docket and go through giving you all the notice and all the rest of it. So that's what we're trying to avoid.
Cool. So just make sure to give the driver license, proof of insurance, pay the fine, and then sign up, and then before that date.
And just so you're clear, and I know this is kind of technical, but you're not paying the fine or the costs. What you're paying is an expense that's charged by the DPS. It's not charged by us. They mandate what it is. So it's $144 for everything except speeding in a school zone. That's $169.
Okay.
So it's not a fine and cost at all. It's a DPS fee.
Okay, cool.
And the good thing about that is that if you take and complete the course and you get the 3A driving record all within the 90 days from the date that you finish the last of those things, if you do that, it gets dismissed, which means you never have to pay the fine and costs.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you.
One other thing I want to tell you about, state law requires, so just let me give you an example. Let's just say, Ms. Howard, that you finish yours, you get it done by January 15th. Okay. If you get all that information to us, then basically you're going to have 90 days from the date you get all that to us to take and complete a 6-hour state approved course, plus give us a copy of your 3A driving record. Give us a copy that you get from DPS of your 3A driving record. And what I wanted to tell you is that the state law requires that you go to DPS and you go online, and if you've got a credit card with $12, you can get it in about 20 minutes. But the reason that they require the 3A driving record is a lot of times people are getting tickets in other parts of the state and they're taking the driving safety course at the same time. So used to, they were getting around that. I mean, they were doing that. Truckers in particular were doing it all across the state. So what happens is that they created one place at DPS that if you're doing the driving safety course and complete it, that actually gets registered with the state. It's not for any purpose other than to make sure that if you want to take the driving safety course again, that they can show on your driving record whether or not you've taken it and completed it within the last year. Everybody see what I mean? So the deal is you can only do it once in the state of Texas during the year. But the reason I tell you that is that I just suggest that everybody try to get the 3A driving record as soon as they can after the 90-day starts. And the reason I suggest that is if for some reason you forgot and you did take the driving safety course and you're not eligible, I'm saving you having to do 6-hour class when you're not going to get credit for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So
It-
anybody got any questions about that? The clerks, when you sign this up, the clerk's going to give you all that information and give you the link or however to get the stuff from DPS. She'll do all that for you. But I'm just wanting to tell you that so that you know why it works and how. Okay.
Thank you.
Anybody got any questions?
I do have
Thank you.
one question. I talked to the clerk and she didn't mention that it was gonna be 169, even if it was in a school zone.
Are you in a school zone?
I was in a school zone, yes.
Her ticket, she's not in the.
Oh, yeah. The clerk is saying in the background, according to your ticket, you're not in a school zone.
Oh, okay, so it's on just 144.
Why she told you it was 144.
Okay, awesome, thank you.
Got lucky this time, huh? All right. Anybody got any other questions?
You said that she'll will she email this or like how we just to make sure we have his information again?
No, you need to bring it all in.
Bring it up. I mean, like about this discussion.
No.
No?
No. Okay, cool. All right, cool.
Yeah, you just got to bring it all in.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
Okay. Any other questions?
No, I think
All right. Well, all three of you free to go. Thank you for joining us today. And if you got any other questions, just let us know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All righty. Bye.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. All right, Mr. Davis. You with me?
Yes.
Okay. So, Mr. Davis, you actually have 3 charges with us: a speeding, a failure to display driver's license, and a VTPA. And my understanding on the speeding is that you're pleading no contest to that. I've accepted your plea. I'll find you guilty. I've also determined your indigency and allow you to do community service at $35 hours of community service within 60 days from today. The other charge, the VTPA, the violation of promise to appear, you're also pleading no contest to that as well. Is that correct?
Yes.
I'm going to accept your plea. I'm going to find you guilty on that one as well, sir. I've also determined your indigency and allow you to do 40 hours of community service within 90 days from today on that as well. So basically what that means is you're going to do 130 hours, 40. You're going to do 75 hours of community service with 35 due within 60 and 40 due within 90. As to the failure to display driver's license, you've pled no contest on that. Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
But I'm not going to enter a plea on that one. What I will do is I will hold that in abeyance. If you complete the other 2, then the state has agreed to make a motion to dismiss, and that one will go away. Other questions, sir?
No, sir.
All right, sir. Well, thank you for your time. We appreciate it. That's you're free to go.
Thank you.